Welcome to Conversations with Klarna, made for the modern woman who wants to raise her self-esteem, increase her satisfaction, and build happy and loving relationships with herself and others. More and more, women feel they have lost their spark and the connection to themselves and miss deep intimacy in their lives. Rather than accept a life that doesn't shine, they want to change to one that does. Join the conversation each week when Klarna and her guests explore practical ways and positive solutions to living a new, authentic life based on self-love, connection, harmony, and joy. Now, here is your host, Transformation Catalyst, author and speaker, Klarna.
Welcome to Conversations with Klarna. This podcast today is with Katrin Dürkoop. Welcome. Dear Katrin.
Thank you, Klarna. Happy to be here.
Yeah, I love that you are here. So you are a global nomad and you have been living as an expat in Poland, Sweden, Singapore, Germany, UK, and you are now in Belgium. Her knowledge, presence, wisdom, and empathy emerge from more than 20 years of self-exploration, personal development, travels, and life in different countries. Her 12-plus years of professional experience in human resources and organizational development as a career counselor in Brussels have provided the foundation for working with people from many diverse backgrounds and cultures. Following a painful separation many years ago, Katrin reclaimed her self-confidence and optimism thanks to the conscious uncoupling approach. And today, she is herself a conscious uncoupling coach, dedicated to supporting clients worldwide to help them from their separation grief by identifying recurrent patterns and relationship dynamics, and to evolve from there to the next phase of their life with a sense of renewal, trust, and faith in the goodness of life. So again, welcome, dear Katrin.
Thank you.
A lot. And I think that's cool. So you have a lot of expertise in that area. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yes, thank you for your introduction. Yes, well, I have lived abroad many years of my life. So I've traveled a lot and studied a lot. And eventually I found my way to Belgium. And I've been here now for the past 16 years. And maybe a bit about how I actually became a love and divorce coach.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Even the love and divorce coach sounds
and what is that? Yeah, a love and divorce coach. So some years ago, this is my personal story. I lived with a man and we separated after 4.5 years and I had to move out. And yeah, I was a mess at the time. It was a very painful phase of my life. And I didn't know who to turn to for support. I had some friends, but I was too polite to bother them with my grief and my sadness. And then I thought, where do I go? Do I go to a psychologist? No, I mean, this is too serious. Do I go to a therapist? No, maybe I don't have mental difficulties. And then eventually I came across this program and a coach offering a conscious uncoupling. And this sounded so promising. I jumped on board and did this program. And it really helped me to shift things around for myself. Yeah. And to heal my broken heart and to find a new perspective on life and to find back hope. And to learn and take the lessons learned from that past relationship with me into this next phase of my life.
Wow, that sounds very, very, very good for you. I think almost everybody has gone through such a time of grief and separation with somebody else. So we all know how that feels. It doesn't feel very nice. And then it's also difficult if you take yourself, your old self, into a new relationship. Usually the same things happen again. Can you tell me how that's different when we use your program? Because you are now working in the same program that you took.
Yes,
at
indeed.
That time, yeah?
Yeah, this program helped me so much to evolve at the time that I decided to, just to study and see how I could become a coach, because I really saw the value it added to my life, and I wanted to be able to offer this to other people as well, because there's so much heartbreak and pain going on in people's lives, so many misunderstandings, and many people are trapped also in this vicious circle where they start a new relationship and everything's going great, and when you hit those little bumps and you have, challenges, difficulties, and you don't have the right tools for how to manage them, then things can also deteriorate. The foundation of your relationship can become a bit wobbly. And you end up having power struggles. And and then you're like, oh, well, actually, maybe this is not for me. And then you separate and you find somebody else. But then you run into the same pattern. It's just with another person. Yeah.
So what are you doing that doesn't happen?
Yes.
You don't have to tell the whole program, of course, but...
Yeah, no, I'm happy to share just a little bit about it, The thing is, it's important to have conscious closure from every separation.
What does that mean?
Yes, that's a good one. So basically, it's good to take a moment to look at the relationship. What went well? What do you appreciate about it? What are the dynamics, the challenges that we faced and we did not manage to overcome them, and why? How may one need to show up differently in the next relationship, to avoid that the same thing reproduces itself, the same pattern, the same dynamics? And learning maybe new communication skills, new ways of behaving. And also conscious closure is how can we part in a peaceful way with appreciation.
I love that. That's also a topic in my work, how to communicate well in your relationship. Yes.
Yeah, that's why we are also talking here today. Yeah.
So especially when you separate, even though it's finished, and maybe that's exactly what you mean with the conscious closure, that you go separate in a really good way. You don't need to be in war.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Separation and divorce becomes a war zone, because nobody teaches us about how to separate in an amicable way, even though there is a lot of pain involved and sadness and processing. How to stay in a cooperative way together and move through a separation in a human perspective, especially when there's children involved. How to also navigate that process together with them. How do I communicate with children or teenagers about the fact that I'm separating from my husband? There are a lot of resources out there, but few people really know where to find them.
Okay, so can you give a little bit of an idea, an example, how you could communicate with your children, for instance?
Well, one tip could be to tell the children that they will always be loved, and that their mother will always be their mother, and the father will always be their father, and that both of them love them very much, even though they are facing challenges or are even already at the stage of separating. Yeah. And that, creating in a way a safe container for the children, that they still feel safe even though a separation is taking place.
Yes,
and that they know the parents are still there for them, even though they are not going to live at the same place anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And in that time of transition, sometimes it's not easy to communicate well right from the beginning for the parents. So
Yes.
do you have a suggestion how that could happen then with the children? Because usually one part of the couple is moving out already, and then the other parent has the children. So do you have an idea how to handle that situation?
How to communicate with
Yeah,
them?
because usually the parents are very busy with their own emotions and feelings, and then there are the children on top, which they usually might not have the capacity to deal with as well. So it's not so easy.
You're right, yeah. So how to keep open the space of communication, even though as an adult one is busy with their own process.
Yeah.
So I would say every week, find a moment to sit down together with one or all of the children, and make it a sacred moment of conversation.
You mean one parent or both?
One parent.
Okay.
Yeah, just to sit down and to really tune in together into the feelings that are present. So, and ask, what's going on inside of you right now? So the importance is to be able to listen to each other and to welcome in the feelings, the emotions that are present, allowing them to be expressed, and saying, okay, I understand that you feel that way. So both get a sharing moment. The children and the adult get a sharing moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can tune into each other's needs, like, okay, what do you need right now? Oh, I need a hug. Okay, let's hug. Or even if you say, okay, I need some space or some time for myself to process. Okay. So tuning in with each other, where are we now and what do we need in this given moment?
That's nice. And that means to stay in the present moment as well.
Yes.
Yeah, that's always helpful, I think. Being in the present moment, then stuff usually is not as much as the pressure as it is when you are looking into the future or into the past.
Yes.
Ah, okay. So how do you get that steering wheel to the other side, to more lightness?
Well, in my work with my clients, we focus, of course, on the past. We look at the relationship, what happened, why did it happen, what is everybody's part in it. And then we look also into the future, like what is the new type of relation that I would like to have with my former partner? Without calling it relationship. How do I wish to relate to my former partner? Can it be a friendship? If not, can it be about co-parenting? What is your intention? How do you want to communicate with your former partner from now on? What are old agreements that may have to be renegotiated with the former partner? Or also with other family members, like the in-laws. What are the conversations that I need to have now with certain people about my separation or my divorce?
Yeah, of course. Within all that mess, you forget that there are people around you, around the couple that need to get some information about the situation. That's true.
Yes. Yeah, because as a couple, we don't only belong to each other, but also to the wider community around us. Yeah, there's family, there's neighbors, there's people at the school, there are parents of our kids' friends, there are colleagues at work. Yeah, we are part of a social fabric.
Yeah. So thank you. That's interesting what you just told us, to really find a good closure of that relationship so that you are ready to maybe go into another one. Is that also a part of your work, or is that automatically part of your work?
No, it depends on whoever is there and what are their needs in a moment. Yeah.
Okay.
It takes a while to process a past relationship or marriage of many years. And why is it so important to have conscious closure? Yeah, it's to be able to set the past free.
Mm-hmm.
And stay in gratitude. Because if you have too many negative emotions, yeah, around what happened or how it happened, this negative emotion will stay in your mind and in your body, and you will take it with you into your next relationship. Yeah, if something is not fully processed, you don't feel good about yourself. Yeah, and this also impacts your health. Your immune system is compromised. You are less radiant, less happy. You're less embodied, because part of you is still in that sadness, is still hanging on to the past and is keeping a negative energetic cord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is so true. And sometimes you oversee that. So it's really good to really close one chapter to be free for a new one.
Yes.
Wow. Is there anything else you want to add, Katrin?
Well, like you mentioned just now, Klana, yes, when people feel that they have healed and they feel ready to open up, to welcome a next partner into their life, then there's also a beautiful way to do that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Good.
Yes.
Thank you so much for the insight in your work, which is very important in my opinion, so that people can find back to their love and to a new relationship if the old one doesn't work anymore. Sometimes separation is the best way.
Indeed. Yeah.
Yep. Thank you so much again.
Yes, thank you, Klana.
Please let people quickly know where they can reach you, and I will put it in written form as well.
Yes, well, thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for this moment in time to connect here with you. So whoever is interested to know a bit more about Conscious Uncoupling and the work I offer, you are welcome to connect with me on Facebook, Katrin Dürkoop. I also have a website. It's www.transitiontime.net. So you're very welcome to reach out with whatever may be on your heart or on your mind. And I'll see how I can support you in moving further into a new direction.
Yes. Thank you so much, Katrin, and thank you for listening in or watching us. And if you like this kind of broadcasts, we will show up every week here with a new guest, with a new topic, and please register. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Conversations with Klarna. Remember to follow us on social media and get connected. Visit our website, conversationswithklarna.com, for show notes and additional episodes. And if you like this broadcast, please share it with your friends to help us empower more women to live an authentic and happy life and make this world a better place for everyone.